Today, I'll show you the 7 levels of sampling, starting from the absolutely worst one and going all the way to the GOAT level. For each one of these levels, we'll be looking at an example beat, starting with level 1, ignorant. So this level is completely ignorant of sampling. And they think that sampling is just stealing somebody else's song and calling it your own. So for example, how a beat on an ignorant level might look is basically we're gonna just take our sample, put it in our DAW, and that is it. That is our entire song. And I can't even lie, it sounds pretty good if I do say so myself. So if you wanna learn how to make fire beats like that, then check out Sample Academy, it's first link in the description. So at level 2, we got a noob, and a noob can appreciate sampling as a way of making music. However, he still thinks that it's super simple. You basically just loop a part of a song and then you just put some drums over it and that's it. So for example, how a noob might approach making a beat is he might choose a part of a sample like I did here. So we're still using the same sample as we did before, but what I did with it is I just matched it with the tempo, I pitched it up 3 semitones, and I just added a little bit of Cymatics Origin to just cut off the high end a little bit, and it basically sounds like this. And so basically all we got left to finish our beat is just grab a kick, a snare, and a hi-hat, and just make a very simple pattern, and that's our beat done. And so next up is level 3, which is beginner, and a beginner now is actually interested in sampling. He's starting to learn how to sample, how to chop samples, which samples to pick, and how to add drums to the sample properly. So an example of a beat that a beginner might make is this beat right here, where I grab this sample called Is There a Place, where basically I just have 2 chops. So I have 1 chop for the intro and 1 chop for the main part of the sample. So let's take a listen to it. And so what I did with the sample is I just took the sound from the left ear of the sample, so it just sounds a little bit smaller. Then I used Cymatics Origin to cut off the high end and just added a small EQ that gets rid of some of the low end and the high end and a little bit of the mid end. So it just makes a little bit of the space for us to add drums and other instruments. So next up, instead of programming the drums myself, I actually used a drum break called Tropical Heat by Baccara Rhythm and Steel Band. So it sounds like this. And so then I just chopped it up slightly, added a EQ to get rid of some of the presence from the drum break, an analog clip to thicken it all up, a compressor to just bring out some of the color of the drums, and another EQ to get rid of some of the annoying frequencies. So it's gonna sound like this. And with our sample, it's going to sound like this. Lastly, I just use this analog lap bass, and I just try to follow the sample. So if I take all of this and arrange a bit out of it, here's how it's going to sound. And at level 4, we got intermediate. So somebody who's intermediate is familiar with all the basic sampling techniques, knows which part of a sample to pick for a good result, can sample easily, knows how to add drums, find the root notes, and can build his own patterns on top of the sample. So to show off what somebody who's intermediate might do, I picked this sample called Love Won't Let Me Wait, and it sounds like this. And to be exact, I chose this little chop of the sample. Now, so what I did with it is I pitched it up by 5 semitones, and I added a little bit of Cymatics Origin to just kind of change the sound of the sample, and then just cut off everything below 150 Hz, so we have more space for our bass later on. And so it sounds like this. Next up, I got this thick rose bass from Ableton, and I just used it to find the root notes of my beat. Next up, I actually grabbed this lead synth, and I actually used it twice. Once for this bigger pattern that we have here that just plays throughout half of the loop, and a second one that just plays at the end of the loop that has a lot of reverb on it. So together they sound like this. Then to actually start thickening up the entire beat, I grabbed this Juno 6 and I just made this very simple pattern with it where it kind of acts like chords, but it's not actually chords because it's just a one note playing in 2 different octaves, but still it kind of fails in that role of chords, so it just thickens up our entire beat. Next up, I made this very simple drums pattern where I just grabbed this kick, this snare, and this hi-hat, and made this really simple pattern. There's really nothing complex here. The only thing is that we just have a couple of hi-hat rolls, which again, that's nothing too special, but the drums don't really need to be that full and don't really have to do that much because we already have quite a few layers in the beat. So that's just how I left it. Actually, I added analog clip to just thicken the drums up a bit and added a LA2A compressor to just bring out the color out of them, so it sounds like this. And lastly, I wanted to have some variation for the beat, so I actually grabbed this 808, so you can replace our bass or play along with it in some certain parts of the beat, and I actually just sidechained the kick to our 808 so they don't interfere with each other. And the pattern that I made is actually very simple, it's just the notes of our bass with the rhythm of our kick, so it sounds like this. And by the way, if you're trying to level up at sampling, then check out Sample Academy. We currently have a free trial for everybody, so just go check it out. It's first link in the description. And if we just arrange the entire beat out, here's how it all sounds together. And so at level 5 we got advanced, and somebody who's advanced knows most sampling techniques and can use them with ease, can flip whatever sample he wants to, can transform a sample into something completely new his beats are highly sought after from rappers, and most importantly, he does not overcomplicate the process of creation. He sticks to the most important stuff, which results in him actually making better music overall. So for this level, I sampled this song called Who Has the Last Laugh Now by Bloodstone, and it sounds like this. So what I did with it is I just warped it to the tempo, and I just added a little bit of cymatics origin to cut off the high end of the sample, and used a simple EQ to cut off the low end of the sample. So next what I did is I grabbed this bass sound and made this really simple pattern that literally just plays two notes over and over. Next up, I grabbed another sample by Village Crusaders, and I just sampled a drum break from it, so it sounds like this. And so I just chose a 2-bar part of that drum break, and I stretched it to tempo, looped it, and added analog clip to it, and a little bit of LA compressor to bring all the colors out of this drum break. And lastly, what I did is I grabbed this kick to layer the first kick of every 2 bars. So together that kick with the drum loop is going to sound like this. And to be honest, that's it for the entire beat. And you might think that this is a little bit disappointing for an advanced level, but actually no. Somebody who's a advanced level at sampling will only choose the parts of the samples and additional sounds and instruments that make the overall beat sound better. And then he will use those sounds and those samples to its fullest potential. So there's no fluff, nothing over the top, nothing super complex. It's just the main meat and bones of the beat. So if I actually grab all of those patterns and arrange them out into a full beat, here is how it will sound. I'm looking for my future, forgetting all of my past. Won't you tell me who has the last? And next up, at level 6, we've got Pro. So somebody who's a pro at sampling knows the most obscure sampling techniques. There is no sample that would cause a problem for him. Can make multiple beats from one sample. People would jump at an opportunity to buy a beat from him, which would be very costly. A pro is able to transform samples and use them in a way that most people wouldn't even imagine. The sample no longer dictates what he will make, but he tells the sample what to do. So for example beat for this level, I actually went back to the sample we used on level 1 and 2, so they treat it like a lady sample. But this time around, I chose to sample a different part of it. So here is the part that I chose this time. So I warped this sample to the tempo. I pitched it down 4 semitones and used my usual processing for a sample, so I just cut out a little bit of the high end and a little bit of the low end. And I actually chopped up the sample a little bit, so it's a bit more interesting in certain parts. But that's actually not everything that I did for the sample. I actually made 2 layers for the sample. So the second layer looks like this, and it's actually a little bit more chopped up. And so on the second track of the sample, I also use this sidechaining plugin called Flax Mini, which quickly turns on and off the signal of the sample for me. And I just run all of that through reverb to just not make it as jarring. So I actually used the first part for the intro and the second section for a verse. So next up what I did is I grabbed this analog lab bass. And I actually wanted to make it a little bit bigger sounding, so I just ran it through a little bit of analog clip and I added a audio effect rack to it, which basically just splits the bass into two chains. One completely dry chain that I add nothing to, and the second chain that only has chorus on it, so it just makes the bass way wider and way bigger. And lastly, I just have a little bit of a side chain for the kick that we're gonna add later on. So together with the sample it sounds like this. Next up, I didn't think that the beat was thick enough, so I grabbed a Juno 6. I just added a little bit of EQ to it to cut off the low end so it doesn't interfere with our bass, and made this very simple pattern that's just gonna thicken up our entire beat. Then I just grabbed a very simple sine wave. And I made a very simple melody with it for the second part of the loop. Now to finish it all off, I just grabbed this drum break from Bernard's Backbeat and I slightly chopped it up, added a little bit of analog clip to it, a LA2A to bring out the color, and I just thickened it up with a crash. And if you want to learn how to sample like this, how to add drums like this and make melodies like this, then check out Sample Academy. It's truly the #1 place for you to learn sampling. And we currently have a free trial for everybody, so just go check it out. It's first link in the description. And if I just grab everything and arrange the beat out, here is how our pro level example will sound. Oh, and by the way, at level 7, we've got Kanya.